Do you want to become someone that's independent and that takes control of his or her own life? Well, there are some key concepts that you have to understand. First, don't make decisions based on how you think other people will feel about you. You literally have to embrace this one alone. Listen to this clip on news, perception, and how quickly it changes.
Take elements that are true and they put it in an article so the article looks legit, and yet there's so much of the article that isn't true.
When I say alone, it means alone for your decisions, not for your life, unless you want it to be. Because we all have to be reminded of the fact that other people do not have to live with the consequences of your decisions for your life. At the end of the day, all the excitement's gone, all the discouragement's gone, only you have to live with that decision. This means if you want to be independent and in control, face every single decision like you're the sole person that's responsible for every possible outcome. Wow, things just got heavy. Well, that is exactly what being independent means. Don't be that person that did something just because everyone else is doing it. Personally, I think that's one of the worst reasons to do anything, period. If you're choosing to do something, like going to the gym or become more productive, make sure you're not doing this to get back at someone or to look like amazing. Don't get me wrong, some of these results are amazing to have, they're great. But to become independent, you do not want to chase and be manipulated by these rewards. You want to do something because you made the decision to do it. And you are also independent when you can truly see yourself as an authority figure in your own life. If you're looking to become a better person for a better society, hit that subscribe button. But how do you actually go about nurturing an independent personality? Some of you are just not going to like this. This is finding the inner rebel that's inside of you. Here is an example of one.
I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless. It really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
You know those situations where you know something is wrong but nobody is saying anything? That's when your rebel should come out and do something about it. The more you can let that side come out, the more independent you will become. This is when you can also feel that you're not always looking for permission before you do something. Yeah, I know, not everything that you do is going to be right. But that's the nature of an independent person. They do things according to the way that they want to do it. To some people, it will seem crazy, and other people will laugh at them. But this is where you want to become the rebel, because the rebel and the independent person have this in common that they just don't care. And don't worry about it. When you are just starting out, there's a pretty low chance that you'll swing completely to the other side, so yeah, it's fine. Gradually push, just gonna let it out, disagree with people, and follow your intuition. But this next point reveals a lot of what the society expects from you in terms of independence. Listen to this clip on him just saying be himself and nothing else.
I don't have any trouble being myself, and I don't have any trouble saying no when I mean no. A responsibility to please everyone. I'm not unkind to people. No. I love people.
If you have felt like people in the past have treated you as someone younger than you actually are, this might actually be one of the reasons. I also talk about this in depth in a different video too. Because when a society gives the most generic advice, like just be yourself, they actually want to see your natural self. Are your actions, behaviors, mental maturities all represent someone that's independent? How do you feed yourself? How do you treat other people? How's your work ethic? How are your manners? These are all signals of someone that knows how to take care of himself. This means for you, one of the most important things that the society is looking at you for is your natural self. So if you want to become more independent, start taking on these responsibilities one by one. And no, they're not fun. People call them chores for a reason. These might all seem like really small things, but these actions tells others and yourself, I don't need help, I can do this myself, and that's how you start to develop an independent mentality. But the real transition that starts from a child to a man is in the brokenness. Watch this clip on how he used his brokenness to produce art.
I act because I'm broken, a lot of pieces. Acting gives me a chance to reconfigure those pieces into 1,000 different things that are positive for people who watch.
If you want to become someone that's independent, there's one thing that you must stop doing, and that is blaming things. Blaming people, blaming your childhood, blaming TikTok. Kids blame, adults take responsibility. And one of the ways that you can clearly see this is how you deal with your pain. If you felt like you've been dealt a bad hand, or you had horrible parents, do you use that as a shield or as an excuse to not take responsibility? Because as long as you are blaming other people, that means you don't actually need to try to change anything. And that is how you stay a child. You see all those people that hate being adults because they have to handle responsibilities? Well, it's not easy. It's supposed to be hard. But you know what's the most satisfying thing that can actually happen? Is that in the end, you can actually say that you're actually proud to be yourself. If you like this, I have some other videos you can also check out.